Hello, and thank you for viewing this video, in which I will be talking about a short project log documenting an expansion to my Deathwatch Veterans using parts I had knocking around. My name is Steve, this is the SDFnet 40k channel, and let us begin. This week has been pretty hectic for me, meaning I have not got as many minis built or assembled as would be nice. I have enjoyed producing my content for October, however it's eating up virtually all of my evenings between blogging and producing the videos. That said, I am visiting my youngest brother this weekend, where we intend to play a short narrative campaign using the rules from Mini Wargaming's Deathwatch campaign. I have some models for Deathwatch from the Overkill box and from Deathmask, however more is of course better. I have the 10 Marines on the sprue from the Kill Team box, which you would have seen if you've seen my review of that box, and a good selection of leftovers from Deathmask and other kits. So, here goes. One quick note before I get started, I apologise for the lighting in these photos. Working in the evenings under low energy fluorescence is not conducive to high quality photos. I will be looking to try and improve this as time goes on. Here we are seeing some photos of my assembly process, working out what I had, etc. and what I wanted to build. Rule 1 of Space Marines for me is helmets must always be worn where there is an option. If I am building generic models or from a specific set, I will just follow the instructions or wing it. However, when I'm putting together a set like this, which comes from bits and pieces, random stuff, I like to put them in these piles for each model and how I intend to build it. This helps me make sure I have everything I need prior to assembly. I raided my bits box for weapons and any other items I needed. I intended specifically to make a black shield, however I didn't have any Mark 8 power armor front torsos, or at least none I could make fit the back piece from the Deathwatch Veterans kit. I can't explain why in the multitude of spares that I have, that not a single piece would fit, but never mind. I still have the cloak and a black shield shoulder pad, so next set of veterans I get, I'll just make 2. I didn't take any photos of the part assembled models, as basically I figured that half a marine is not very interesting to look at, but now they are assembled I'm putting PVA on their bases and will be applying my usual basing scheme. I left the models overnight for the PVA to set before hitting them with a black undercoat from the airbrush. I like putting the stones and other debris on the bases at this stage, as it means the primer will help seal the base as well as the rest of the model. Those keen-eyed amongst you may notice in this photo the Blood Angel on the right having a metal head and shoulder pad. These items were from the original Deathwatch upgrade set, which I bought foolishly a little while before the new Deathwatch was announced, so well done me on that. And finally, here we have our finished Marines ready to join their battle brothers in the campaign this weekend. They are only primes, so when I say finished, I mean as far as they're going to be for my purposes at this exact point in time. We don't play WYSIWYG in any of our games, so I'm really building these for my main Deathwatch army, and in the campaign their individuality will just be there so you can identify them against the character sheet as they will be upgraded as the campaign progresses. There's going to be a strong RPG theme going on here, especially when it comes to Deathwatch. Rule of cool for Bling Hammer is key. If you haven't watched the Mini Wargaming campaign, I believe it is one of their best. I can highly recommend you getting yourself a Vault membership and watching it through. And no, I am not sponsored by Mini Wargaming. Here is a quick run through of each of the Marines that I made. Firstly, we have a Blood Angel with twin lightning claws. I used accessories I had lying around from a Blood Angel's upgrade set for the shoulder pad and backpack ornament. He also has some adorned legs. I'm not entirely sure where they originated. They don't really fit Deathwatch too well, but as Deathwatch don't have too much decoration on their armor. But these were the only legs I could find, so they'll have to do. And here's the same guy from the back. I quite like the posing of his lightning claws. I think it came out quite dynamically. Next up, we have a recruit from the Dark Angels. Being my principal chapter, I could have covered this guy head to toe in chapter-related paraphernalia. I opted to go fairly minimalist. This guy is equipped with a Corvus hammer from the Ravenwing Black Knights, I figured it mixes up the models a bit, and so they aren't all samey. If I needed to, it could count as a power axe or a power maul, as obviously the Corvus hammer isn't available to the Deathwatch. The one Dark Angel's flourish I did give him was an incense burner strapped to his waist. In retrospect, I somewhat regret this, but once painted I'm sure it will serve to break up the black on the Marines a little bit. Now we have the first of 2 Marines with shotguns. Honestly, I don't know this chapter emblem, or at least it's not springing to mind at the time of producing this, so leave feedback. What chapter does Beaky Marine with a shotty come from? I think this backpack might be one from Dark Angels. I honestly can't remember. If so, this guy must be a blood raven and have pilfered it from the rock. Who knows, he might have pilfered the chapter badge shoulder plate too, which is why I can't identify it. Next, we have my White Scar Jedi Marine. As you can see, he is armed with a Deathwatch bolter and a power fist, and he's obviously force choking someone. A total White Scar thing to do. And just off screen we have some poor orc floating in the air holding his throat. Seeing this photo now, it looks like perhaps a piece of the basing material has got stuck to the thumb of the power fist. I'll have to go back and fix that later. Here we have a brazen claw with a flamer and a power sword. As you can see, he has the honour of using one of my inquisitorial symbols on his backpack. Let's hope he earns that privilege. Another chapter I'm blanking on here. I want to say raptors, but I could be wrong. Either way, he has a Deathwatch pattern bolt gun and a power sword. And here, pictured from behind, I try to make sure every Marine gets at least one piece of bling, mostly in the form of purity seals or something on the armour. In this case, it is on his shin. The penultimate Marine hails from the Prancing Ponies, I mean the Howling Griffins. He has my favourite beaky helm and a frag cannon. As you can see from this angle, the helmet has a bionic eye and he has the purity seal on his shin. The backpack has an on-off button, which is user-friendly, I suppose. The final Marine hails from, I believe, the Brazen Minotaurs. He has a shotgun, and I don't much like his hat. I think it might be Mark 8 armour. Either way, I don't like him very much. By coincidence, we only have one poorly focused photo of this guy, so that's what I'm going to say about him. I made this project log to illustrate what you can do with just a few spares. I've now got a lot of Marines with different loadouts to choose from, and to really personalise my squads. I just need to get one more set of veterans in order to build me a couple of black shields. I dig Marines in space dressing gowns, as you might have gathered by my Principal Astartes chapter being Dark Angels. That's me done for now. I appreciate your taking the time to listen to me ramble on. I hope you enjoyed the content and welcome your constructive feedback and discussion in the comments below. If you like this video, hit like. If you like my content, hit subscribe. Both help me in knowing what's working. I have been Steve. This has been the SDFnet 40k channel, and I will see you next time. The Emperor protects.